Hello YouTube, this is the Sim Basketball Operator bringing NBA 2K14 Association commentary, and right here I am doing the pre-draft workouts. And so as these play in the background, let me just talk about what I've scouted and what I found out and the team needs of the Denver Nuggets as well. So if you're just tuning in, this roster is pretty much the same as it is in real life, with the exception of a different trade move. I do not have Jan Vesely, do not have Aaron Brooks. Instead, I have Corey Joseph, and I have Matt Bonner, but Matt Bonner's an expiring contract, so he's going to be gone unless he wants the veterans minimum or something. But basically what I've scouted and is that if I'm going to trade into the top 5, or if they just fall some miraculous way, my number one option is Joel Embiid. 7-foot center from Kansas, shows a lot of good offensive ability, has the defensive prowess. His rebounding needs a bit of work, but I feel that he can be that really good center, and he really complements Kenneth Faried, who already established as my power forward for the future. Now option number 2 is Dante Exum. I looked at both Smart and Exum, but it seemed like Smart was a little too ball dominant to play the shooting guard position because I already have Ty Lawson. And Exum is 6'6". He's a little on the skinny side, but he has the shooting ability, and he has that great slashing ability that he can bring at the shooting guard position. And then he's got potential to be a pretty good defender. So he's my second option. And then after that, I don't really see anyone else that I need. Don't really need a small forward at this point, even though Wiggins and Parker are both very good players. It's just that it's not a team need right now. And then at power forward, Kenneth Faried I already established, and so that kind of knocks out Julius Randle. Then Noah Vonleh I thought might be able to play center, but in the 2-on-2 game he really showed that he didn't have the size and the strength to play that position. So then that leaves my lottery options. I have the 14th pick, barely missed the playoffs. So if I decide to keep the pick, I'm looking at a shooting guard, and a couple of those options are Gary Harris and James Young. I'm going to say Harris first because he's a better defender, and he seems to have a higher IQ, probably because he plays with Tom Izzo at Michigan State. And then after that, it's really it'd be really disappointing if I didn't get one of those 4 players, so I'm not even going to talk about that. Looking to trade up because JJ Hickson and JaVale McGee are not in my future plans at all. So you'll see that coming up in a little bit. Just close out this workout with an Embiid post up and a tough left-handed finish. So sorry for those who want to hear Adam Silver talk, but I'm going to go right into the trades. The trade first is with the Lakers, mainly because the Celtics and the Bucks were not willing to give up their pick unless I took a really horrible contract in return, which I can't really afford to at this point. So after a bunch of negotiation with the Lakers, we finally settle a Wilson Chandler and JaVale McGee, a 2014 first, that's at 14th overall, and a 2015 first. For the 3rd pick overall, Bob Sacre, 2014 second round pick, and the 2015 first round pick. So this is more of a steal of a trade for me, so we're just going to have to see who gets drafted with the first 2 picks.
With the first pick in the NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select the 20-year-old point guard from Oklahoma State University. With the 2nd pick in the NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select the 19-year-old point guard from Australia.
So a pretty big surprise with the top 2 picks, but I'm not complaining. I got my guy Joel Embiid, and did have to give up JaVale McGee and Wilson Chandler to get him, but he's worth it. He's got the potential, he's got the athleticism. And yeah, more on the draft selections later. Kind of have to address that later in the video.
With the 3rd pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select the 20-year-old big man from the University of Kansas. With the 4th pick in the NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select the 19-year-old small forward from Duke University.
So here's a more on the side deal I just made because I didn't think JJ Hickson would be willing to accept the backup role. So I deal him for Ryan Anderson, the stretch 4 that can really help out the perimeter shooting of my team. And so yeah, I'm pretty proud of this deal right here.
With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Andrew Wiggins from from the University of Kansas.
Don't worry, folks, your eyes are seeing straight. Andrew Wiggins did fall to number 10, which is really weird because he's got like the 3rd or 4th highest overall in this draft class, and he's got a 95 potential, so I'm not sure how he fell this far, but the Hawks got a great steal. But I don't really care about the Atlanta Hawks. I'm making another deal. Looking at my team needs right here, I'm giving up Nate Robinson, Anthony Randolph, and Evan Fournier for Terrence Ross. Seems like a lot, but in my eyes, Nate Robinson is not in my future plans. Anthony Randolph is not in my future plans, and Evan Fournier, his defense has not improved since last season, which is really concerning to me, especially since this team really struggles on defense. Plus, Terrence Ross provides almost more shooting than Fournier from the shooting guard position. So now I'm looking to deal the 26th pick and Daryl Arthur together, and I actually get this nice trade with the Rockets for a huge expiring contract in Omer Asik, and who's a really good player. So even though he's overpaid right now, it's an expiring deal, and he's a very solid backup center. So yep, got rid of this pick right here.
The 19-year-old power forward from Indiana University. With the 41st pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Dario Saric from Croatia. With the 42nd pick in the NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select Adrian Payne from Michigan State University. With the 43rd pick in the NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Julius Randle from the University of Kentucky.
So more NBA draft craziness. Looking at the order here, look at this. Andrew Harrison, Jordan Clarkson, and Vasilije Micic go in the top 10, unlike the deserving power forwards that fell to the 2nd round. Some guys here, I didn't quite see how high their ratings were, because in all honesty, this draft class, while I think the tendencies and the player models are fairly accurate, some of these players are just overrated. So looking at this, some teams are going to get like huge steals, and some teams are just going to have like huge draft busts, which you say. Tyler Ennis fell to the Orlando Magic, so they actually did get their point guard of the future just in the 2nd round. And then look at the Noah Vonleh, Dario Saric, Adrian Payne, Julius Randle's the 76 overall, somehow fell to the 2nd round. So yeah, congratulations to the Pelicans for getting that pickup. That's probably good for their future. Not sure how he's going to pair next to Anthony Davis, but I don't really care. So now I'm just going to go ahead and sign Joel Embiid. It's the 3rd pick overall, rookie salary, nothing too concerning. So I actually traded for like 4 draft picks in next year's draft, so we'll see how that goes. And all these trades have pretty much the bulk of my offseason. I don't expect too many shaking moves. I'm actually over the cap already, mainly due to Omer Asik's near $15 million deal. So yeah, looking at my roster, I had Corey Joseph, Ty Lawson, Randy Foye, Terrence Ross, Danilo Gallinari, Jordan Hamilton, Fareed, and Ryan Anderson, Joel Embiid, Omer Asik, and my favorite bench celebration guy, Robert Sacre. So yes, this is the Sim Basketball Operator, a free agency and just an overall roster update on the way. And I'll see you guys again in the next video.